Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Diagnostic Trouble Code, DTC P0705, indicates there's an issue with the transmission range switch, which is responsible for indicating the position of the gear lever to the engine control module, ECM, or powertrain control module, PCM. The range switch is vital for the safe operation of a vehicle's automatic transmission. Located typically on the side of the transmission case, this switch provides signals relevant to gear selection, such as park, reverse, neutral, drive, and others. If this switch fails or provides erroneous data, the vehicle may not operate correctly or could face inadvertent shifting issues. This issue cannot be attributed to mechanical problems within the transmission, as stated explicitly in the diagnostic content. Instead, it points to potential electrical circuit issues which affect the inputs received by the PCM. Before troubleshooting P0705, it's crucial to refer to general troubleshooting information, ensuring a systematic and thorough approach is used. The P075 error relates to the transmission range switch, which is integral in communicating the shift position of the gear lever to the vehicle's PCM. This switch not only ensures that the right gear is engaged, but is also essential for activating safety features during gear changes. Positioned usually on the transmission housing, it sends signals indicating whether the vehicle is in park, reverse, neutral, drive, or other gear positions. If there's a failure in this switch, the PCM could receive incorrect information, leading to drivability issues like stalling or failure to engage gears properly. The error indicates that there may be an electrical circuit problem rather than a mechanical failure, which narrows down the potential issues that need investigation during troubleshooting. Understanding the localization and functionality of this switch is vital for an effective diagnostic process. Diagnosing the P075 code requires consideration of several possible causes. First, electrical circuit issues are commonly at the forefront of this error. They can include short circuits or disconnections between the range switch and the PCM. Secondly, a faulty transmission range switch itself might be the culprit, either due to internal failure or wear and tear over time. Additionally, wiring problems, such as frayed wires or loose connections between the switch and the PCM, can also lead to incorrect signals being transmitted. Each of these causes can be individually tested and verified during the troubleshooting steps that will follow. These potential issues necessitate a logical approach to pinpoint the exact problem and initiate the appropriate repairs. Understanding these possible causes is key to navigating the diagnostic process effectively. Identifying symptoms associated with the P0705 DTC is crucial in the diagnostic process, as these provide early indications of underlying issues. Commonly, drivers may experience transmission malfunctions, especially when trying to engage different gears, which can lead to erratic shifting behavior. Perhaps most concerning are instances where the vehicle may fail to switch gears altogether, preventing normal operation. Drivers may also notice the illumination of various warning lights on the dashboard, signaling potential issues with the transmission system or related components. These symptoms serve as essential indicators that help technicians narrow down the specific area needing attention. A thorough understanding of these symptoms will prepare you for the next steps in troubleshooting and ultimately rectifying the error. In the first troubleshooting step for the P0705 code, the initial action involves turning the vehicle to the on mode without starting the engine. This allows the use of the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to access live data regarding the transmission range switch signal inputs. At this stage, you will compare the signal statuses displayed on the HDS against expected values detailed in a reference table for each shift lever position: park, reverse, neutral, drive, sport, and low. It is crucial to ensure that the signals correlate correctly to the physical placement of the gear lever. If the signals match the reference, it indicates intermittent failure, and the system is operational at that moment. However, if the signals do not match, the failure has been duplicated, directing attention to the next step in the troubleshooting process. This initial verification is essential as it establishes whether the issue can be deemed intermittent or consistent. During the second step of troubleshooting, you'll need to take a more granular look at the range switch signals once again using the HDS. Ensure that you systematically compare the range switch signal inputs for each gear lever position to the expected values outlined previously. It's vital to confirm that the correspondence between physical gear selection and the generated electrical signals is maintained. If any signal is being incorrectly reported as on across all shift lever positions, this points to a failure likely residing within the range switch itself. Alternatively, if all signals are as expected, it indicates an abnormal circuit condition that needs to be documented. This observation then leads you to the next phase of diagnostic checks. This step is pivotal, as it can either confirm the integrity of the switch or highlight an electrical issue requiring further investigation. In this third step, you begin by turning the vehicle to the off/lock mode to ensure safety. Next, disconnect the transmission range switch 10P connector, which will enable you to access the internal circuitry of the range switch for further inspection. The pivotal action here entails using a jumper wire to connect the terminal of the range switch that incorrectly indicated on in the earlier step directly to body ground. After making this connection, you'll turn the ignition to the on mode once again. At this point, it's crucial to assess whether the range switch signals show multiple on indications using the HDS. If they do, this suggests that the transmission range switch is functioning correctly, and your focus should shift to addressing any wiring issues connected to the PCM. Conversely, if the signals do not indicate on, replacement of the range switch may be warranted. Careful adherence to this step's procedure will help rule out significant electrical faults efficiently. In this fourth step, you'll once again turn the vehicle to the off/lock mode and reconnect the transmission range switch 10P connector. It is essential that all connections are stable before proceeding to the next phase. Once the vehicle is back to the on mode, conduct an assessment of the range switch signal inputs using the HDS once more. The focus here is to check for any signals that remain in the on position inconsistently. If indicators continue to signal on, this validates that the switch is in working order, with the next troubleshooting steps focusing on further inspections. If the signals display appropriately, prepare to move on to verifying wires in the next step, as it may signify that the range switch needs replacement. Executing this step methodically serves to further isolate and confirm the efficacy of the range switch. In the fifth and final step, begin by turning the vehicle to the off/lock mode again to initiate safety protocols. To protect the powertrain control module, PCM, during testing, you'll need to jump the SCS, service check signal line, with the HDS, ensuring that you allow more than 1 minute for any data stabilization. Following this, disconnect the PCM connector C51P to gain access to the internal terminal structure. Here, you will check for continuity between the circuit terminal that previously indicated on in your earlier checks and body ground. If continuity is observed, this identifies a short to body ground issue along the wire connecting the range switch to the PCM. Conversely, if continuity is not present, This suggests that the wires are functioning well, and any discrepancies may be linked to issues with the PCM. Meticulous attention to detail in this step is crucial, as it can pinpoint whether the errant signal originates from wiring faults or necessitates a PCM replacement. After completing repairs related to the P0705 error, it's essential to conduct a final verification process. Begin by performing a test drive of the vehicle to ensure that all systems are functioning smoothly without any transmission malfunctions. During this time, keep an eye out for any abnormal behavior in shifting or performance, which would indicate if the earlier problems have been rectified. Once a satisfactory test drive is completed, clear the DTC from the system using the HDS to reset the vehicle's onboard diagnostics. Following this, it is crucial to monitor the vehicle for any recurrence of the P0705 code, as this will confirm whether the repair was effective. Documentation of these steps and results can provide valuable insights for future references and improve repair accuracy. To prevent the P0705 error from recurring in the future, routine preventive maintenance is essential. Begin by regularly inspecting the wiring associated with the transmission range switch and the PCM. Looking for signs of wear, fraying, or deterioration can stave off future electrical issues. Similarly, performing periodic checks on the transmission range switch itself can ensure that it remains operational and reliable. It's also critical to ensure that all electrical connections are tight and free of corrosion, as loose contacts can lead to intermittent failures. Keeping a proactive maintenance schedule will address these potential issues before they lead to significant faults. Consistently checking these components is key to maintaining the health and efficiency of the transmission system. In conclusion, the P0705 Trouble Code highlights the importance of electrical integrity within the transmission range system of the Honda CRV. The combination of systematic troubleshooting with a focus on both the transmission range switch and its electrical components is fundamental to effectively addressing this code. Awareness of symptoms and potential causes allows for better diagnostics, while careful verification ensures successful repairs. Adhering to preventive maintenance can significantly enhance the longevity of vehicle components and avoid future complications associated with DTC P0705. Ultimately, diligence in monitoring vehicle performance and embracing a structured repair methodology will ensure a smoother driving experience and a more reliable vehicle. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.